Chosen One, the time for hesitation has ended. This is the hour where everything shifts. I did not pull you out of the fire just so you could blend in with the ashes. I placed you on the front line because you are built for what others cannot withstand. You've endured storms that were meant to break you, yet here you stand, because I preserved you for this. The final step does not begin with a crowd. It begins with you, the one I marked, the one I trained in silence. You don't need another confirmation. You need to remember what I already told your spirit in the secret place. The pressure you've been under was not punishment. It was proof that you are the point of impact. When I chose you, I chose someone who could carry the weight of transformation, and that weight has now become your mantle. Every time you questioned why the warfare intensified, understand this. It's because you carry something hell fears. You are not weak because you feel pain. You are powerful because you survived what was supposed to kill you. This generation needed someone who wouldn't bow to confusion, who wouldn't sell out for comfort, and I looked through the earth and found you willing. I shielded you in the darkest hours, not just to protect you, but to prepare you. While others compromised their calling, you were in the wilderness learning to hear me. And now I'm bringing you out, not empty, but equipped. Your scars are not shame, they are signs. They speak of a battle you didn't lose. You were kept for this final assignment, and nothing about your journey was wasted. You've been asking me why the isolation wouldn't lift. And here is my answer. Because what I whispered to you could not be diluted by outside noise. I needed you to be unfamiliar so you wouldn't settle for imitation. You are not called to echo what the world is already saying. You are called to announce what heaven has declared. The front line is not a place of safety. It's a place of clarity. And I positioned you here so you could see before others, move before others, and speak when others stay silent. The vision I gave you is not optional. It is a divine instruction, and every delay has only sharpened your focus for this very moment. Your voice is not just needed, it is heaven's response to the chaos around you. You carry a fire that cannot be extinguished by the opinions of others. You've been stretched, pressed, and shaken, but never removed. That's because I'm the one who planted you. No one can unchoose what I have chosen. The final step is not something you wait for. It's something you initiate. Heaven is not backing a crowd. It's backing obedience. And right now, your obedience is the earthquake that will break open new territory. When I called you, I already accounted for your weaknesses and shortcomings. What mattered to me was your yes. You are the chosen instrument, the appointed voice, the one who carries the key. So do not look around for support. Look up, because your help comes from me alone. The pain of the past season didn't come to define you. It came to unlock you. You've been walking with sealed authority, and now I'm unsealing it. Everything that resisted you is about to regret it. Not because you fight with fists, but because you walk with fire. The atmosphere shifts when you enter, because you don't just bring presence, you bring power. When I said you would be the head and not the tail, I wasn't giving you a metaphor. I was announcing a placement that could not be reversed. And now that placement is activating. You are the first to move, the first to speak, the first to break through. Your presence on the front line is the signal that heaven has entered the battlefield. You've seen others fall away not because they were weak, but because this assignment wasn't theirs to carry. Stop mourning over those who left. They weren't equipped for this elevation. I pruned your circle so that your agreement would be with me, not with opinion. You were never meant to fit into the pattern. I called you to establish the new. What you feel right now is not anxiety. It's spiritual momentum. The ground is rumbling beneath your feet, because you're about to step into the fulfillment of what I showed you long ago. You are not late. You are on divine timing. The final step requires a boldness that doesn't come from hype, but from heaven. And that boldness is rising in you now. This is not the time to shrink back. This is the time to step in. Every word I've spoken over your life is converging into this moment. You are not being pushed. You are being summoned. Your identity is not tied to your past, your mistakes, or your trauma. It is anchored in your obedience, your surrender, and your calling. The opposition you've been facing is confirmation, not condemnation. Hell doesn't fight what isn't a threat, and you, chosen one, are a divine threat to darkness. So rise up, not as one who is unsure, but as one who has been authorized. You are not hoping something happens. You are here to make it happen. Chosen One, you have waited long enough. Now the mantle rests fully on your shoulders. I am not asking you to feel ready. I am commanding you to step forward, because I already made you ready. The battles you've survived weren't just for survival. They were training grounds for dominion. You are not stepping into something new. You are stepping into what was always yours. This is the season where silence breaks and divine instruction becomes visible action. I didn't isolate you just to protect you. I isolated you to shape you without interference. And now that the shaping is complete, the release begins. You are the answer I am sending into situations no one else could survive, let alone transform. You've spent nights wrestling with your own worth, unaware that I already sealed your value with fire. You've doubted yourself, but I have never doubted you, not for a moment. My hand has been on you even when you questioned my presence. That burden you feel isn't a curse, it's an assignment. I entrusted you with the weight because I trusted you with the impact. You are not fragile. You are fortified. The shaking in your life was not instability. It was a divine stirring to awaken everything dormant in you. And now what once felt like pain will become prophetic clarity. Every delay was a setup. Every detour was a recalibration. And now the appointed path stands open before you. When you move, heaven moves. When you speak, principalities listen. That's why the resistance was so fierce, because your voice carries a frequency hell cannot stand. You aren't just entering rooms anymore, you are shifting them. I didn't preserve you to blend in. I preserved you to break through. The world told you to wait your turn, but heaven is declaring this is your time. There is no line when I call someone forward. You've been chosen not because of perfection, but because of your surrender. And that surrender has activated a supernatural favor over everything connected to your name. The doors are not just opening, they are being commanded to open. Chosen One, stop second-guessing what I already established. I gave you the vision not to tease you, but to prepare you. This isn't about feelings anymore, it's about alignment. When I say move, you move, even when it doesn't make sense, because obedience is the bridge between promise and manifestation. You're not stepping into uncertainty. You're stepping into divine certainty masked by natural risk, but that risk is an illusion. I've already gone before you. I've already cleared the way. You are not walking into the unknown. You are walking into what I've already authored. Let's lock this in. Smash that like button right now. Subscribe so you never miss these prophetic instructions. And drop 55 in the comments. That's covenant, new beginnings, and divine alignment. You are not entering into ordinary territory. You are entering into a realm that only those with spiritual clearance can access. I've stripped away every counterfeit comfort to make room for real authority. You've been stretched because your capacity had to match your calling. And now the capacity I built in you is about to carry things you never thought possible. You are not just called to receive, you are called to govern. The influence I'm giving you is not for vanity, it's for impact. I didn't bring you through hell to give you a platform. I brought you through to give you territory. The anxiety you've been feeling is not a sign of failure. It's a sign of proximity. You are closer than you think. Hell knows it. Heaven sees it. And now your spirit is catching up with what has already shifted in the unseen realm. This is your moment to walk with your head high and your spirit aligned. Do not shrink to accommodate those who refuse their own assignment. I didn't choose you to be palatable. I chose you to be powerful. There's no more time to wait for the approval of people I never consulted when I called you. Their silence is irrelevant. My word over you is final. Everything I've spoken to you in secret is now coming into public view. But do not be surprised when the elevation brings exposure, both of your assignment and of those who cannot go with you. This level is not for the crowd. It is for the consecrated. The warfare wasn't proof you were off track. It was proof that you were the threat. And now the pressure is turning into power. Stand firm, speak boldly, and move decisively. Because I, the Lord your God, have called you to the front line, not to survive, but to establish my will on the earth through you. Chosen One, this moment is not about survival. This is your rise into spiritual command. You are no longer in preparation mode. You are in fulfillment mode. Everything I've deposited in you over the years, the wisdom, the fire, the discernment, it's all being activated for this final step. You were not trained in vain. You didn't endure all that pain just to walk away empty-handed. You carry a divine strategy in your spirit that is about to answer questions the world hasn't even asked yet. I've hidden you long enough. Now I'm revealing you, not to spotlight you, but to use you. You are my response to confusion, chaos, and delay. The final step begins with someone who doesn't wait for applause to obey. That's why you felt the urge to move before others, to build when no one else believed, to speak when everyone else stayed quiet. That urgency is not a coincidence. It is the prophetic rhythm of divine timing. I gave you an internal clock that is synced with heaven, and now that timing is striking alignment. You are not behind. You are right on cue. When I release a chosen one into their assignment, I do so with the full force of heaven behind them. You are walking with spiritual backing that no earthly obstacle can override. The silence of man is being replaced by the thunder of heaven over your life. Stop mourning the closed doors. I sealed them to protect your momentum. If I had allowed you to go through them, they would have delayed the very thing I'm accelerating now. You didn't lose opportunity. You gained alignment. What looked like rejection was actually my redirection. Because where I'm taking you, timing is everything. I don't need you to push. I need you to walk in sync with me. The doors I'm opening now won't require striving. They will respond to your presence. When you step in, they will swing open, because you are not knocking as a beggar. You are entering as a rightful heir. You've been prepared for impact, and now it's time to strike. This is not the season for vague prayers and passive movements. This is the season for bold declarations and fearless obedience. You've waited, prayed, fasted, and cried, and now it's time to possess. The weight you feel is not from lack, it's from glory. You're carrying more than most can see, and that's intentional. I concealed it in you so the enemy couldn't intercept what I was building, but now the reveal begins. The final step requires that you move like it's already done, because in the spirit, it is. Chosen one, everything that once intimidated you is now beneath your feet. You are not stepping into battle uncertain. You are stepping in with divine backing that cannot fail. When I said you were the front line, I meant it literally. You are the tip of the spear, the beginning of the breach, the one through whom the breakthrough flows. That's why the weight felt personal, the warfare felt targeted, and the silence felt unbearable. You were never just under attack. You were in training for governmental authority. What I've placed on you requires capacity, and now you have it. I didn't just prepare you to stand. I prepared you to lead, to carry, to establish. I gave you vision others called unrealistic, because they couldn't see the blueprint I placed in your spirit. But I'm not asking them to see it. I'm commanding you to build it. The clarity will come as you move. The favor will follow your obedience. The provision is waiting on your movement, and the power is already active within you. You are no longer the one waiting for help. You are the one I am sending. Every tool, every resource, every door will respond to your decision to trust me. The moment you step forward, angels move. I've assigned heaven's might to walk with you and enforce every word I've spoken. Stop looking for external confirmation for what I already confirmed in your spirit. I did not call you out just to put you back into hiding. I'm exposing you now because the earth needs what I deposited in you during the hidden years. What you carry cannot stay locked away. You carry truth where there's deception, clarity where there's confusion, power where there's compromise. You're not called to blend in. You're called to correct what's out of order. You're not here to entertain. You're here to establish. And I have placed a sword in your mouth that will cut through every lie, every distraction, and every resistance. Chosen one, you are now stepping into rooms that need your presence more than you need their acceptance. That's the shift you're in. I didn't raise you to be invited. I raised you to initiate. What you bring changes the atmosphere. And now, I'm positioning you where your presence is not just noticed, it's needed. You are walking into appointments I scheduled before you were born. You are encountering people who've been waiting for your voice without even knowing it. Don't downplay it. Don't shrink. Don't apologize. I didn't place you here to blend. I placed you to blaze. Chosen one, I didn't bring you this far to watch you collapse under pressure. I brought you this far to activate the dominion I buried deep inside you. You are not walking forward hoping something happens. You are walking forward, knowing heaven already decided it. Every step you take now is charged with prophetic force. This is not about trial and error. It's about divine execution. When I positioned you on the front line, I positioned you as a breaker. You are the one who opens gates, unlocks atmospheres, and shifts regions. You're not called to play it safe, you're called to shatter what's stagnant. That's why what worked for others never worked for you. Because I never called you to maintain, I called you to multiply. You have been set apart for disruption, and now the time for subtlety is over. I am releasing a roar in your spirit that will not be silenced. You've been quiet out of caution, but now I'm commanding you to speak with clarity. You've been waiting on the right moment, but this is the moment. You've asked me to confirm it, but I already gave you the vision. This is not about waiting for a crowd. This is about obeying the call. You are the catalyst for change. You are the alignment point. And as you move, everything around you must come into divine order. Even the resistance must submit to the authority I placed on you. The next move doesn't require more planning, it requires more faith. You've strategized long enough, now it's time to walk. The details will meet you on the road. The miracle is motion activated. I am not requiring perfection from you, I'm requiring obedience. If you'll move with what you have, I'll release what you've been missing. Don't expect clarity before obedience. That's not how this works. You obey, then the clarity flows. You step, then the waters part. This is not about your understanding. It's about my orchestration. I've never needed your comprehension. I've only ever needed your yes. You've been afraid of what's ahead because you forgot who's behind you. I am the one who stood with you when no one else did. I am the one who opened doors no man could shut. And I am the one who will finish what I started in you. Do not measure the size of the battle. Measure the size of your backing. Angels have been assigned. Provision has been released. Favor has gone before you. All I need now is your movement. You are the point of launch. You are the final step. And when you step, the shift begins. Chosen one, what you're stepping into will not resemble anything you've seen before, because what I'm releasing through you has never been done this way before. You are not a replica. You are a revelation. I didn't create you to continue broken cycles. I raised you to interrupt them. The systems that failed others will not fail you, because I've anointed you to operate outside the system entirely. You've been trained to depend on me, not on methods, and that dependence is now your weapon. You're not moving with worldly wisdom, you're moving with divine downloads. That's why others couldn't advise you, why mentors fell silent, why familiar support dried up. I was removing every crutch so you would lean on me completely. You were never meant to follow the pattern. You were called to establish the new one. What looks like uncharted territory to you is territory I've already conquered in the spirit. You're not walking into the unknown. You're walking into fulfillment. And though it feels unfamiliar, your spirit already knows this place. That's why it feels weighty, because it is. But don't confuse weight with warning. What you're carrying is glory, and glory always feels heavy before it manifests. The people around you won't understand the burden, but they will soon see the breakthrough. I've placed something on your life that cannot be explained. It must be witnessed. You are not just stepping into a new season. You are establishing a new order. When you open your mouth now, it will carry impact. When you enter rooms now, they will shift before you even speak. What I placed on you is not situational, it's spiritual. And no earthly atmosphere can resist what I've authorized through you. The warfare you've faced was not proof of failure, it was proof of weight. You've been entrusted with more than others see, but soon they will see it all. And when they do, they will not be able to deny who sent you. I am not elevating you for applause, I am positioning you for purpose. The influence I'm giving you is not for your name, it's for my agenda. You are my representative, my ambassador, my voice in places that have gone silent. Do not be afraid of the visibility, because I've already built your integrity in the dark. What you carry is too vital to be hidden any longer. The release is here, the exposure is divine, and the platform is not for show, it's for strategy. You will not just be seen, you will be heard. And when you speak, what I placed in you will shake everything around you. Chosen one, you are stepping into a moment where destiny is no longer delayed. It is being delivered. Every seed you sowed in tears is now pushing through the soil of struggle and bursting into harvest. What you thought was wasted time was divine setup. I was not punishing you with delay, I was preparing you for impact. The level of influence I'm assigning to you now required roots deep enough to carry it. You are not rising because you demanded it. You are rising because you were faithful when no one was watching. You passed the tests of obscurity, and now elevation is inevitable. You didn't manipulate it, you didn't force it, you endured it. And for that, I am exalting you. I am about to place you in rooms where your name was never mentioned, but your presence was always assigned. You will be the answer to problems no one could solve. You will carry solutions that didn't come from study, but from spiritual impartation. People will wonder how you know what you know, and they will come to realize it's not you, it's me in you. You've been marked by my wisdom, and now that wisdom is being revealed. The ideas you've been afraid to voice will now unlock breakthrough. The plans you shelved in fear will now move mountains. What once felt too big is now the minimum. This is your crossing over moment, not just into abundance but into authority. You are no longer begging for access, you are being summoned. The weight of responsibility will increase, but so will the strength I pour into you. You are not walking alone, you are walking as a sent one. I have called you, confirmed you, and now I am commissioning you. Not just to carry revelation, but to implement it. Not just to dream, but to dominate. You are the fulfillment of promises spoken over your bloodline. You are the interruption of every generational curse that tried to silence your family's destiny. You are not a continuation. You are a correction. Let's pause and seal this moment. Like this if your spirit is catching fire. Subscribe so you never miss another prophetic instruction, and type 55 in the comments. It declares covenant, new beginnings, and divine alignment over your life. Chosen one, this is not the beginning of your journey. It is the beginning of your release. What has been locked up in you is now being unleashed through you. The fire you feel is not adrenaline. It is prophetic ignition. I am sending you with language for the lost, boldness for the broken, and healing for the hopeless. You are not simply equipped, you are anointed. And that anointing is not theoretical, it's transformational. You will not speak to impress. You will speak to shift. You will not move to be noticed. You will move to realign what has been off for too long. What comes next will not require more from you. It will reveal what I've already placed in you. You won't have to fake strength. You'll move in the overflow of what I built in private. People will wonder how you're still standing, and you'll know it's because I stood with you when no one else did. You were forged in fire, not flattery. And now that fire is about to set new territories ablaze. Do not hold back. Do not second guess. Move like you've been sent, because you have. Act like heaven is backing you, because it is. And speak like the future depends on your obedience, because it does. Chosen one, everything has led to this moment. Now is the time to rise without apology. You are no longer bound by the false limitations that once silenced your voice. You've crossed the threshold from surviving into commanding. The pain, the pressure, the pruning, it was all preparation for the mantle you now wear. There's no going back, and that's a good thing. You weren't meant to return to what you outgrew. This next season is not about proving anyone wrong. It's about fulfilling what I wrote about you before time began. And that fulfillment starts with a yes that cannot be shaken. You are my sent one, my representative in the chaos of this age. You carry my word, not opinions, my truth, not trends, my fire, not fear. You will not bend to the culture. You will build in the midst of it. You will not retreat when misunderstood. You will remain until the mission is complete. Every room you enter is an assignment. Every connection I bring into your life is strategic, and every step you take now releases something in the spirit realm. Do not treat this season casually. This is not business as usual. This is divine deployment. I am mobilizing you for maximum impact. You will no longer ask, "Am I ready?" Because you'll finally understand I've already equipped you. You are not moving on impulse, you are moving on instruction. And that instruction didn't come from man, it came from me. I am removing every excuse, every fear, and every delay that once held you back. You are stepping into this moment with clarity, boldness, and full spiritual backing. This is not a side mission, it's the assignment. I will give you words in real time. I will give you strength when you feel weak, and I will surround you with those who recognize the oil you carry, not the wounds you overcame. So now, Chosen One, walk like the shift has already happened, because in heaven it has. Declare what I've said, even when nothing around you matches it. Move in the boldness of the one who sent you. Speak with the fire of the one who formed you. And trust that every word I've spoken over your life is already being fulfilled. This is the final step, and it begins with you.